In a world where 60,000 songs are uploaded daily, AI is the new unfair advantage. Welcome to the Recoup Weekly Call. We are building AI agents on Base that give independent artists the same data power as major record labels. Let us show you how musicians are using this to grow from obscurity to opportunity right now. Sid, you and I just got off of a call with 1RPM and Steph Guerrero. How are you feeling after that call? I'll kick it off in the normal phrase that I like to use. In one word, how are you feeling today? And in one sentence, what do you need today?
You know, I said momentum and profitability for a while, and then I got off of that. But today, I'm feeling like momentum's kicking back in. So I'm going to say momentum. I want to keep the momentum. I like momentum a lot. And then what do I need today? Was that the?
Yep.
I need a chat message sent. I just really hope they send a chat message.
I need it from the 1RPM team.
Yeah. I just want one. Give me a message, man.
Please just use the product. It was one single thing. A lot of emotions in the meeting, whole lot of heart emojis being thrown. Everybody sounds excited. They said that they had it open in the next tab. Are they actually going to use it is the question.
Yep, exactly. What is your 2 words?
I'm feeling sick or sniffly, and I need reorientation after I finally got instant out the door. That was a big hurdle for this week, and it was like a singularity moment of, am I going to be able to figure this thing out? And now that I do, I need alignment on, out of all the opportunity and backlog of things that we have been waiting to get instant in order to do, what can I want focus on. I need alignment on what is the most important task that is going to keep the momentum that you're looking for.
I have an idea, and it spawns from your comment the other day when you said we don't accept mediocrity here.
Wait, let me see if I can flip your video. Can I flip it?
I could just say it.
Boom. Recoup product to do. Remove any MIP.
Anything mid.
Oh, mid. Remove anything mid.
Is there anything? If there's anything mid, let's get it the fuck out of the way.
Interesting.
And we'll put it back if we need it.
When you say that, are there items that pop up in your mind as mid items currently in the Recoup stack?
Yeah.
And let me share screen so that anybody that's watching can start to see the mid things that we will be removing.
Adding an artist. It's a crapshoot when I have all 4 scraping.
Add an artist. So add artist is when you come down to the bottom and you click add new artist, and you say it's which part of this is mid?
When I add the artist name.
Yep. So for example,
maybe yeah. Okay, wait. Let me give you a quicker, easier example.
Cool.
Autopilot.
That's a very quick and easy example.
like it's there, but what's it being used for? And is it our best version of this that we could possibly do?
Yep. No, this is poopy. This is my profile that I'm actively driving on a regular basis, and I see a skeleton. This is inaccurate. The event log is empty. Getting rid of this sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. So just like remove the mid, like anything that we're like, we don't really. Why is it agents? Like I use agents, but I only use one, and the only time I use it is when my add artist doesn't work.
Because something doesn't work. It's a hack to get around the fact that the product there are parts of the product which are mid.
Correct.
Yeah. So right. I agree. Okay. So ideally, we get rid of agents, we get rid of autopilots, and the only tab that's up here is segments for right now. And then you got your recent chats.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I agree. And those are very easy to remove. I can quickly do that today if we're in alignment that those things are mid. if I removed agents, would that stop your ability to use the product effectively right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it will stop my ability. I am probably the only person other than you on Earth that knows that this is the workaround.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to stop anybody else. And if it stops me, then it's going to make it more of a priority to fix onboarding.
Right.
So maybe removing it is a better idea.
And so that was the follow-up, is the reason it is essential right now is because our onboarding flow is also mid.
Yes.
And so the root of this is onboarding needs to be improved. If onboarding is improved, we can get rid of the agents tab. Autopilot we can scrap. No question about it. If after this call I can just get rid of the autopilot tab, nobody's going to care, and the entire experience is just going to be less mid, right?
Yes, agree.
So star, that'll be a quick PR. I'll get that up after this call. Agents, I get a little bit fearful of removing that because I don't know if anyone else, including you, does that. So before that, onboarding is the foundational thing for a lot of people, including people like Bully Meow, who just joined in yesterday organically. Bully Meow, if you're listening to this, we saw that you just joined on. I plan on reaching out to you personally to make sure that your experience is great. And we want to be improving the onboarding experience to get better. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. Because I don't know how he onboarded. I don't know if, like, it said, like, I added my chats, or I added my socials, but I don't know if he added them to artist settings or if he added it to during the scraping, like, so.
Right. He somehow found a way, like whatever it is, he felt confident and he was like, I added them. I did this thing and I did it correctly. I'm curious if he liked or commented the Hedra video that I did. I'm curious what his point of, because I did one for in process with Ada Lovelace, but then I also did one with oh, there's my dab. Do you see that dab? The dab was in the thumbnail.
The dab was live. Look at that.
The dab was in the thumbnail. Where is the? Let me see if Bully Meow was this one or a previous one on the Leonardo da Vinci. If it takes more than 5 spins, I'm stopping. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's a sign to not go down this route. I don't know how Bully Meow got in here, but he's in here. On my side, topics I would love to cover in this call are Farcaster, base, and 1RPM, specifically MCP tools to support them. On your side, this would be us kind of staying away from the Notion and focusing on these things that I think are just like topics for us to focus on. On your side, do you have points in your mind that you want to focus on during this call to make it highest impact for the growth of Recoup?
No, I think that, well, how I can increase sales calls, but I think that'll spiral from our conversation. So
sales calls, copy. Do any of those jump out to you as one that you would like to focus on first? Sales calls, MCP tools for 1RPM, base, or Farcaster?
No, I'll let you drive it.
I think because we just came out of the 1RPM call, it is hottest in our minds, and the best time to talk about it is right now. So I'll kick it off by saying there's MCP tools that we have, and they are currently proving very effective and helpful. Like, I'm on a live stream right now, and our highest engagement is on Twitter. Can you please tell me who my top Twitter fans are who I should look out for in this stream? For example, said friends, but I want followers. We call this instantly. Now we see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not instant. 6, 7, 8, 9. Slower than I expected. 11, 12, 13. Why is this so slow? 13, 14. Did it break? Okay, finally it's responding. So it's, even though we just shipped instant, it is still not instant. But you can see in here we're calling get artist fans. And so unlike ChatGPT, which has no context of our fans, one thing that 1RPM, Steph Guerrero and her team really loved was that we pull in fans off of the profile. And so it knows which profiles are on Twitter. These are high quality people that I actively engage with. Jack, Latasha, Jesse Pollock, Blau, Sid Swift, who I'm live streaming with right now, Xerox Designer, and it also highlights their profiles, their bios. And this is something you don't get with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not going to be able to do this. This is a tool that we offer. This was one of the things that as soon as the 1RPM team saw profiles, they leaned forward in their chairs to try to read what was going on their screens. And they went from passively listening in the conversation to, whoa, this is different. This is something new and engaging. And so during the call, one tool that they kept saying is, which specific comment should I focus on for creating my next Instagram reel that will provide the highest likelihood of gaining additional followers? And so if we ask something like this, would you agree that this was one way to phrase the question that they said, or would you change this question, Sid?
No, this was good.
If we prompt this, let's see what tools get called here. It says
it was much faster there.
It was faster there. Thank you for highlighting that it's not always slow. However, the data I retrieved was about Twitter followers, not Instagram content. I don't have specific Instagram comments or content to analyze. So this is like, I don't have a tool to help you out. Looking at the Twitter audience, I can see yada, yada. I don't have that info. Failed response. And so the first tool that I suggested we build is get artist comments. That way, if anytime we talk about comments, it can just pull, because we already have the comments in the database. We just don't have a tool for the AI to be able to plug in and get that info. And so it's a low lift for us to be able to build that tool so that our LLM just becomes smarter. Oh yeah, you're talking about comments. Let me pull all of your comments and then respond based off of those comments. Right now, it's responding based off of my fans, which is going to give me decent results, but not the highest quality. And additionally, other tools that we have sitting in the pipeline that have not been shipped are get artist profile, which is going to pull all the profiles that they have attached, what their bio is, what their image is, how many followers and following they have, the basic profile info. If I visited Sweetman's profile on Twitter, what's his bio, what's his photo, what's his followers, I'll jump over to Instagram and do the same thing. We can provide that info. We have it. We built the tool, but we haven't shipped it. And then we also have a generate image tool, which is unrelated to kind of the other stuff that we were saying, but related to what you were kind of building of the content generation, generate image. And I believe those are the tools that we have in the pipeline, as well as a tool that were highlighted by 1RPM. Before we go into judging that list, as I'm talking, are there other tools you think we are missing, which would help you or help 1RPM in being more effective and having the Recoup AI be more effective that's currently missing? What tools do you think are missing that we want to just add to this list before we start analyzing the list?
You already have don't you already have in the pipeline an image tool?
Get artist comment. Yep. So this was 1RPM suggested. Well, not necessarily suggested, but pulled from the call. In review, like already built, just needs shipped, is, like you said, generate image and get artist profile. And then out of these, again, I would love to be able to pull this up so that I can see what's going on in here. My ability to scroll is kind of low. What other tools are missing from here before we start to analyze this list and prioritize what could be most important?
The tool that you suggested, the viral tweet generator.
Yep. Others generate, because I'm always asking, generate me a viral tweet, I'll call it viral text, because I'll be like, generate viral text for my live stream. Give me the title for the live stream as well as the 15-second intro script. So this is Sid's, that's a great idea. Sid's
prompt
hack, yeah, prompt. And then one other one just jumped into my mind. Think Claude example tool. Both of those are tools that don't require external API calls. They just add additional reasoning and gives more reasoning steps before we get a response. That was a great idea. Anything else that you think is missing from here before we start to analyze the list?
No, I mean, no.
I'm going to send this message so that it's here in chat. Are there any other context I should give to this in order for it to help us? Or I'm just going to send it. I'm not even going to look at its response. I am thinking that this is what I would like to mainly prioritize. I agree your cleanup and removal of mid things, that's like a low lift, easy to do. I think tools are where I think if we focus on tools, it is where we will start to get the most value right now. Does that align with your, do you have anything else that you think would increase the capabilities of Recoup and our effectiveness more than focusing on tools?
This week?
This week specifically.
No. I was going to say onboarding, but if we're manually onboarding.
Thank you. I didn't add that to the list. Let's talk about onboarding as well. That's a great call out. So a question is, which feature will do what? Which feature will result in X? Like, what are we trying to do? Will result in more humans using Recoup and more conversations being created in Recoup from the 1 RPM team?
Yeah. Which tools will convert free trials to paid customers?
More conversions from free trials to paid customers. Let me pose that with this list of tools again and see if what Recoup has to say, and we'll amplify that. Which feature, or you said, let me write it down. Tool will result in more conversions from free trials to paid customers. Before we look at I didn't even include the improving of onboarding on there. We don't have a pencil for me to be able to go back. So I'm just gonna fire it again. And I'll format it a little bit better. Tools 1 RPM suggested. And then we have in review already built. Excuse me. And then we have others. Generate viral text. And think which tool, in addition to these tools, we are considering improving the onboarding experience. Now, when we say onboarding, are we talking onboarding experience of both brand new humans joining Recoup for the first time and existing humans adding a new artist to their account? Are you talking about both of those points, or when you're talking about onboarding, are you talking about exclusively one of those, of a new human joining Recoup or an existing human adding a new artist into their existing account?
I'm talking about both, but
Okay.
Adding an artist to an existing account is the bedrock to, like, that has to be good for the whole onboarding for new users to be good.
So for now, I'll delete the new humans part and focus on the existing artists.
Yeah, if RPM wants to add an artist, will it fail?
They already have an existing account, right?
And how will it fail? Like, what are the chances and why? And I think it's just like because we have unlimited on Twitter, sometimes if you add a certain thing, it just continuously scrapes forever. Like I tried Bradley the other day, and because he doesn't have Instagram or like he's not focused on Instagram,
It didn't do much.
it didn't get anything. It's still scraping. Like,
Nice. I like that it divided it between both tools and onboarding improvements. Generate viral text was what it posed at the highest. Improved onboarding for adding artists next highest. Get artist profile was next. Think and strategic reasoning. And then get artist comments and generate image. Useful but replaceable functionality.
that's so interesting. I would have said the opposite. But again, maybe it just doesn't have the context.
Right. It doesn't know that our customers were explicitly asking for that feature.
Can you say that and see if it changes the?
Would your recommendation change if you knew our customers were explicitly asking for the get artist comments tool?
Yes, this is a little bit of an important piece of information.
I'm moving the stream over here so that I can make sure I'm seeing what's going on. Yes, this changes everything. Given that they're explicitly asking for it, my recommendation changes. This is now your highest impact option. Why customer requests trump theoretical analysis? It's validated demand. It's immediate adoption. It's ready-made success metrics. It's trust building. It's word of mouth marketing. New priority order. Get artist comments is the highest. Improved, delivers on explicit customer requests, creates immediate satisfaction and conversion opportunity, and addresses a known pain point. Improved onboarding is still very high. It's critical for overall platform adoption, and it impacts all humans, not just requesting specific features. And then generate viral text drops to third, but remains valuable for growth. Prioritize for immediate development, contact users who are requesting this, and then measure the conversion rate. Conversion rate would be number of chats created, right?
Yep.
Gather feedback on implementation quality. So the current priority order for me on the building is 1, am I being dumb by just following what the AI is saying right now? Or does this feel like a good example of dog fooding that we're doing right now?
It feels like a great example of dog fooding. I love this.
We're not in Notion anymore. We're writing our tool that we're building.
That's what we need to do, sweets.
Improved onboarding. And then 3, generate viral text. Notice that none of this is what I built and is waiting in review. Viral text. Do you agree with that ordering of priorities for now at this point in the conversation?
Yeah.
Okay. For the list of things I wanted to cover in this call, we are 23 minutes in, almost halfway done. Farcaster, base, 1 RPM MCP tools, which is what we're on, sales calls, and onboarding. On my side, I think I'm happy with MCP tools for 1 RPM. On your side, have there been stones that we have yet to turn over that would add value to our planning of next week, talking about MCP tools and 1 RPM, or do you feel happy on that topic?
I feel extremely happy and very clear about what and why the tools to build.
Please write summary of this conversation so far that I can send to Sid on Slack so that he's aware of how we are formulating our plans for next week. I didn't want to send it to Sid. I wanted to send it to Sid. And it knew I wanted to send it to Sid.
Did it? Nice.
Yeah, it changed Sid to Sid. I love that I can just voice type and not even review what it says. And the reasoning step is just smart enough. Hi, Sid. Just wanted to update you on our conversation. We evaluated several tools, yada, 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 key insights, critical, yada, yada, final recommendations. This is too long. Please make it more concise. I got bored reading it. Sid, quick update. on conversion optimization. Initial analysis favored that. Revised priority, we're starting with get artist comments, direct customer demand, and then improved artist onboarding flow, and then generate viral text. Happy with this. Out of the list, that we still have Farcaster, base, sales calls, and onboarding. Which one do you have the most interest in talking about next?
Farcaster base.
Farcaster and base. They're both two separate topics. Let Farcaster and base, which one would you prefer, base or Farcaster?
Farcaster.
Farcaster. Was there anything that jumped out that made it interesting to you when you said Farcaster? Direct word association. When I say Farcaster, what's the first thing that came into your mind?
Warpcast.
Okay, good to know. For me, I thought of mini app when we're talking about Farcaster. The first thing I thought of mini app.
Agreed.
The Brad call was influencing this. Actually, why am I writing in my notebook? I should be writing here. Farcaster. Brad call. He's focused on helping builders use Farcaster. No, not use Farcaster. Build Farcaster mini apps, which will be featured in the Coinbase Wallet V2 app. So we got the Brad call. Mini apps directly pay builders via weekly Farcaster rewards. Not forecast. Farcaster rewards. I also want to note that when people open a mini app, their wallet is already connected, making the friction to convert from free to a purchase much lower than if we force people to leave the social media feed to go directly to our app on a different tab. When people open a mini app, their wallet is already connected, making the friction to convert from free to a purchase much lower than if we force people to leave the social media feed to go directly to our app on a different tab. When we're talking about Farcaster and what we want to prioritize in Farcaster, I have a question of if Sid's using Farcaster and on what frequency.
Very, very little frequency.
You at least have an account?
Yeah.
Sid has a Farcaster.
Or Chill Pill has an Chill Pill. Well, yeah, maybe I have an account. I usually
you don't even know if you have a Farcaster account.
Yeah, that's how much I use it.
Okay. Sid does not know if he has a Farcaster account. I have about 1/5 of the followers on Farcaster that I do on Twitter. However, I do get paid by using Farcaster. Every week they have weekly rewards based off of your engagement, and they pay, I believe, it's either 2,500 or 5,000 people on the network, and I get like $3 a week in USDC just by posting the same stuff I'm posting on Twitter on Farcaster. Sweets gets paid about $3 per week posting the same content on Farcaster he posts on Twitter. One thing, an opportunity. Recoup could easily be not converted. Could easily be formatted to be a mini app with full Recoup functionality accessible directly within the Farcaster social feed. Have you
just changed
mini app, Sid?
Maniac to mini app.
Have you seen the Farcaster mini apps?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, but show me a couple.
Thank you.
Why not?
That was what I was reaching for. So let me show you the apps that I built so far on my profile, just so that you can kind of see how I've been doing it personally. I shared your photo and people loved it.
Fucking the thing's so fun.
Was that in ChatGPT or did you do it somewhere else?
Chat.
All right, so this image isn't loading, but you just click on the collect. It opens up the app right here. I don't get redirected to another site. And this is the full in-process app right here. I don't have to leave. It auto-signed me in as Sweetman because my wallet's automatically connected. I click collect here, collecting on a live stream with Sid during Recoup weekly call. I click collect, and it's not working properly. So this demo is now showing me this because it thinks I don't have enough funds in my wallet when in reality I do. So this was a failed example. That was a failed example. Let me try to show you another one. But so app opens, wallet's connected. It's supposed to read your wallet balance. I have not fully, Jad's building that out. And so I'm trying to get him to do it. This Couprex is higher quality and already is working. So you open up the Couprex app. If you're on your phone, you open this and then you can click play on any of the songs, and then you can minimize it and then keep scrolling in your feed, and the music plays from Couprex app while you're scrolling on your social feed.
That's fire.
Which is a cool feature. Are we stuck? Reload. Okay, maybe not. Let me try to find it again. Here's El Nino Estrella. This is Excelencia's project. So this is his app. Shows a little splash page while it loads. And then this is his full website right here. It does its little onboarding. And then people don't have to leave the social feed to start exploring what Excelencia built. This is the full website right inside of the social feed. People can, if we built this right, do the purchase. They can do like everything right from here. If it redirects them to a new page, it does it right inside of the mini app. You never need to leave the social feed. Your wallet's directly connected right inside. You also get builder rewards. If we're getting payments inside of here, Farcaster in their weekly rewards that I'm already receiving, they track how much funds are flowing through these mini apps and then reward builders for doing transactions. And so we already want, you said the goal is to convert people from free to paid. If we are doing that within Farcaster, on top of what we are getting paid from our customers, Farcaster will also pay us to say, thank you for doing your business and building your business inside of Farcaster. Here's rewards because we see those transactions flowing. Here's us paying you. Here's us paying you for the business you're doing within our platform. Let me see if I can do one more time with Couprex. We're getting stuck on the splash page, so I'm going to need to bring this up with the Couprex team. So those are a couple mini apps that we've built, and then just one more little example. Let's go. These are the top ones. And so right now, Couprex has been asking me, how do they get featured in here? I don't have the answer to that. I think it's curated. I asked Brad during our call, and Brad recommended I reach out to Ted, who's like biz dev for Farcaster. And then when Coinbase launches apps inside of their store, we want to be featured here because this is the discoverability section. People don't need to find a post that I do. They come here and they say, I want to play an app. And so if we can continue to align with Base and Farc, and this is dumb. Oh, I forgot about this. Interesting. If you do it on desktop, it'll still, for some reason, have you connect externally and you don't use the Farcaster wallet on desktop. So the reason probably some of this is failing is the Farcaster wallet is not accessible on desktop. I don't know why that is, but only on mobile is the wallet connected directly. And so as you can see here, some apps become dumb and then they force me to like connect my wallet, which is immediate friction that I don't want. Rejected sign-in, I'm unable to use the app. So that's friction I don't want. Demo of mini apps. Out of that little rant, did you learn anything about Farcaster mini apps that you didn't already know, Sid?
Yes, I didn't realize they were the whole app hosted, which is great. In theory. In practicality, my question is, for a user experience, would we want to host the entire thing in Farcaster mini app, or would we want a specific mini app dedicated to a Farcaster version? But the first thing I thought of was, instead of the entire Recoup experience, which I know we could do, would people get more value if we did a Recoup mini app that was a tool call to write me a viral tweet. People are writing viral. You want, I guess, just like, should we convert the entire thing into an app, or should we just build specific little fun mini versions of it? Because it seems like the things that are getting featured are more like micro experiences that are fun and social and shareable, as opposed to like gigantic full platforms.
Interesting. When you say that, the first thing that comes to mind, we could build a mini app that is an improved onboarding experience explicitly for Farcaster, where they open up the mini app, we already know who they are, we scrape quickly, and it's a chat focused on Farcaster. So you open it up and it's a mini app, chat about Farcaster. Maybe we give them some prompts, maybe we don't, but a chat that's just focused on Farcaster. Or maybe it starts as 4 buttons of these are things we recommend you do with Farcaster. You tap one of them, it opens a chat, gives you the response, and then you can continue to chat from there. But it starts with like 4 tiles. We already know what their Farcaster profile is. I'm still doing voice typing, so I should stop. That was the first idea that I had. You had mentioned a tool call. Does that match what you were talking about, or for a specific mini app for Farcaster?
I mean, I like the idea of onboarding for Farcaster, because that makes sense. Because it's like, I don't know. I think this is, maybe I need to use more mini apps to get the full understanding of the value, and kind of play with mini apps that are full platforms versus mini apps that are just like micro experiences, and see where the value is. Because I'm sure there's the objective for Farcaster mini app creation would be to get as many people using the mini app as possible, correct? On Farcaster.
Yep.
Which then would hopefully they would convert to users of Recoup, or is it just getting them to use it, the tool, to make just kind of use it as a branding play? Either way, it's like, what mini app can we build with the infrastructure that we currently have that will add value to Farcaster users the most? But I say all of this again to, like, unless the path of least resistance is turn what we already have into a Farcaster mini app. Like, if that's the path of least resistance, let's go down that path.
It is. Wrap existing app as mini app. It's like, because we're already using Privy, it's going to be less than 20 lines of code to turn all of Recoup into a mini app.
Then that's what we do. 1,000%. At least just to, like, for MVP to get started.
That way, at least when I'm sharing Recoup links, it's not just Recoup link, image, open up external tab. It's link, which turns into mini app, tap on it, starting a new chat right there, which is going to lead to your goal of getting more conversation showing up in the founders dashboard, so that we can see who's using the app, what questions are they asking. This person's asking about Farcaster. Why aren't we building more tools for Farcaster?
Boom, there we go.
20 lines of code. Is there anything else we want to add to this prompt before I send it off and we start to reflect on this part of the conversation with Farcaster and keep moving along with our priorities for today?
I'm good.
Let's ship it and see what we said. We talked quite a bit about it. Talked about Brad call. We jumped on a call with Brad, who's now the head of creators at Base. He focusing on that. Mini apps directly paying builders. People open a mini app while it's already connected. Less friction for payment. Sid doesn't know if he has a Farcaster account. Hopefully that changes. Or it's great that Sid's not focusing on that, because I do. I focus on Twitter and Farcaster. Sid focuses on LinkedIn and Instagram. Keeps our small team distributed so that we can still have time to live our lives outside of building this business. Recoup can easily be formatted to a mini app. Let's just see what it says. pretty small. Farcaster mini app strategy, Sid, quick, and now it's just giving me updates to send to you, which I actually like. Key points: mini apps in Farcaster are pre-connected wallet, low friction to purchase, builder weekly rewards program. The entire Recoup can be hosted as a mini app for less than 20 items of code. Recommendations: start with Artist Quick Insights mini app, single purchase, get instant insights about any artist's Farcaster performance, show 3 to 4 critical metrics with clear actions, include powered by Recoup upgrade path. This creates value for Farcaster users while funneling qualified leads to the main Recoup product. Build time 2 to 3 days with existing APIs.
I don't know if I agree. Do you agree?
I don't agree. I still think the recommendation is to wrap the existing app, because instead of 2 to 3 days, it's going to be about an hour.
Yep, let's do it.
Cool. I disagree. We're going to be wrapping the mini app around the Recoup existing app, because it's only going to take us about an hour as opposed to 2 to 3 days of building a whole new app. Send this. Let's move on. I disagree. Wrapping, it's only going to take us about an hour, 2 to 3 days. Okay. We've talked about Farcaster. We've talked about 1RPM and MCP tools. The Farcaster combo so far has not really updated my build. I'm going to add a 0.4 on here of Recoup to mini app, but it's going to be a low priority. Recoup to mini app. It's going to be right there with remove autopilot. Like a low priority. It'll be nice if I get to, but it's not drastically moving the needle right now. Remove autopilot. Things left on the list. Well, checking in. Is there anything that's come into your mind that is not on the list that you would like to add to the list? Remaining items are base, sales call, and onboarding.
Nope, let's keep it moving.
Cool. About 19 minutes left in our call, unless we're already, my next call's in 5 minutes. Okay. My next call's in 5 minutes. So you mind if I pass it to you to lead how we can be most effective with this time? On my side, I feel pretty clear on my next week's build. Get artist comment, top priority, asked for directly by 1RPM. Improved onboarding. I'm unclear of what those details look like. I think you and I should talk about that more for what we want to do. Generate viral text, easy, high value. I can get to use that. Recoup to mini app, low lift, low priority. Remove autopilot, low lift, decently low priority. Throwing it to you for what else we want to talk about in terms of either reflecting on this week or planning for next week.
The main thing I'm going to talk about is keeping the momentum from the call today into next week. My main objective is to stay on top of the free trials, make sure they're getting value, tracking what their messages are sending. Yeah, just staying on top of that. And then getting on more sales calls next week to just mimic what we just did, to continue to add more value and just get more messages so that we can see where, just to lead more product decisions. I think that's the key here, is just getting way more messages. So my focus with that is, we just did 1RPM. The next focus is Black Flag. They emailed me this week and I responded. So I'm going to follow back up with them and get on a call with them to next week. And then Good Talk, I'm going to have a call with him. Big Ass Kids, today I will be finishing their account. And so those 1, 2, 3, those are 3 in the pipeline sales emails that I'm going to send today with a loom. That'll set us up for next week with a lot of conversations to start having. And then finally, I want to go back to Sound to Fractures and tell him that we shipped Knowledge Base. I'm going to probably send him a loom, because like that was something that he suggested. And now that we have it, I want to make sure he knows that and is aware of the new feature, and then kind of maybe jump on a call with him to show him some of the new features. Get more in the weeds with the people that are using the product and getting value from it, and just talking it through, making sure they're updated with new features and building those connections. Other than that, I mean, that's my main focus. I'm going to focus 80% on that and then 20% on any dev support you need. So like, let me know if there's anything I can vibe code.
If you're watching this, this is a little hacked prompt that Sid gave us to write viral things. Coming into next week, this is going to be one of my priorities, is a tool that allows you to help write the viral tweets that you want to be writing on Farcaster, on Twitter, wherever you're posting. What I like about this is it starts with, actually, Sid, do you want to explain it while it's writing?
Yeah, sure. So I know you only have a minute, so I'll do as fast as possible. The way LLMs think is through tokens. So it needs to, just like humans think in words, LLMs think in tokens. So the more that you can put tokens out into existence, the more it has to process. So the way that this prompt is set up is in order to create a viral tweet, the prompt is create 20 topics about this tweet idea. And then it has it listed 20 topics, and then go through each topic and rate it. And then it has it list rate and rate it by category. Then has it go through and describe each one. So each section creates more tokens that the LLM can reference to come to a conclusion in its reasoning. It goes in through and critiques each viral tweet. It has why, and basically just top of funnel, how much context can we feed it to get down to a point where, all right, it's processed thousands of tokens to get us to an actual viral tweet, as opposed to just hallucinating one with 100 tokens.
Boom, it just finished reasoning. This is going to be our outro. Let me see if, did we finally break it?
Did it? No, see, this is where we need a
notification.
Slack message, yeah.
And now we're broke. What a place to end. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you made it this far, give this video a like, give it a retweet, leave us a comment down below. If you're not already following Sid and I, click the subscribe button or the follow button up top. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Peace.